Hi, I'm Michael Tanner. I'm a comic book writer, best known for the young adult survival horror graphic novel series Junior Braves of the Apocalypse, and I'm a co-writer on a new series called Orcs in Space.
Hi, I'm Don Nguyen. I am a comic book artist and creator. I'm known as the creator of Pablo the Gorilla. A lot of people know me for helping Punisher co-creator Jerry Conway with his BLM fundraiser. I did the BLM Skullfist design, and I'm also a sketch card artist. I was part of the Marvel anime inaugural set.
Okay, Orcs in Space. This is the cover to our special double issue. It's issues 1 and 2 in one book. So not quite a double issue. It's issues 1 and 2 bound together. I really love this cover by Francois Vignon, our artist. He's also the artist on the interior. And like I said, color palette. The green and the pink really grabs my eye. Like, even if this wasn't my own book, if I was going into a comic book shop, this color combination would grab my eye. Also, the central figures in red and yellow are sort of Star Trek homage characters there. That's grabbing my eye. You get a real sense of like what this book is about. You got the Star Trek meeting fantasy style orcs. I think it's a really effective cover, and I'm really happy with the way it came out. This is also one of those covers that we looked at over a year ago now, because the book has been in process. So I kind of forgot what this cover looked like until it came out in solicits, and I was like, oh yeah, that is a really good cover. Yeah, and like little details with the orcs, the skull necklaces and the clubs and the teeth, and it has that kind of fun monster flavor. If you're into just monsters, it really sells you on that. Yeah, I just like not to be up my own butt about my own series, but I think this is a really effective cover.
All right, let's talk about Pablo the Gorilla and what I was thinking with this cover. Pablo the Gorilla is an amalgamation of my love for comics and the characters that I grew up with, and also just my love of music and hip hop, and how I grew up. And I felt like I wanted to execute that in a cover. So just talking about it, I actually, usually when it comes to creating comics, I don't want to stay too centered, but Pablo is the central character of the comic, so he is more or less centered. And then off to the side, just to pull your eye a little bit to the side, we have one of his adversaries in the book. And then the other part of it is, if anybody pays close attention, the silhouette of the cityscape is actually LA. So Pablo is set in LA, and that came from a conversation with a friend, as Pablo is a pizza delivery guy, and everybody always goes on and on about New York pizza, and I feel like LA pizza doesn't get that much love. So Pablo is a albino cyborg gorilla that delivers pizza out here in LA, and the shop that he works at is an homage to a pizza place that I used to frequent. But this cover, I believe, to me, it tells the story of what you're going to get inside the comic, and it also speaks to a couple of things. Some of the inspiration is a little Louis Vuitton for you guys out there. The PTG, Pablo the Gorilla in initials, and the hands. Pablo doesn't speak, so we had to use a little sign language there. And then I chose this color palette specifically. Again, speaking about LA, it's a little bit of a nod to the Lakers, a little purple and gold, and cheese. And I just kind of wanted to move like a back and forth and side to side, even though there was a very central element to it. And I feel like if you look at it long enough, you can pick certain things out of it, and people usually stop and just go, what is that? And that's exactly the reaction that I want from a cover.
Thank you for having me on. I'm Michael Tanner. Please pick up Orcs in Space at your local comic book shop. Check out Junior Braves of the Apocalypse. Also, check out my podcast here on the Grand Geek Gathering Network. The show is called Burn After Pitching. It's a comedy pitching podcast. Yeah, that's all for me.
Hi, once again, I am Don Nguyen. Thank you so much to Tyler and the Grand Geek Gathering team for having me on. I appreciate it. And for coupling me with Mr. Michael Tanner, a guy who I hold near and dear to my heart, especially since we're working on a project together. You can find me at almost all social media outlets. I'm at Winning It. That's my last name, the most common Vietnamese last name, Nguyenningit. I have a project I'm currently working on called Retro with Mr. Aaron Lindenthaler. It's both a comic and a live action piece that we're going to be putting out, so please be on the lookout for that. Also, I will be having an art show at the Atomic Basement July 11th in Long Beach, California. And please come find me at conventions, which are slowly coming back. I will be at Rose City Comic Con in September. A week after that is FanX Salt Lake City. And please come find me in October if you're in Baltimore, Maryland. I will be at Baltimore Comic Con.